Stop, 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 stop that intro. Just stop. This episode does not deserve an intro. It doesn't deserve anything. I'm 22 Tiger Dude. This is going to be a little different from any of the other SpongeBob reviews I've done so far. And I'm going to straight up just say it. This episode was atrocious. I hated Little Yellow Book. Before I continue on, let me go ahead and at least show one picture from the episode. Alright, you guys. I am so sorry for that unexpected and unnecessary intro, but I'm sorry. It just didn't deserve an intro. I just couldn't put up with it. I couldn't put an intro and then tell you my thoughts. I just had to cut it out because it doesn't deserve my intro. It doesn't deserve any credit it's gained. It doesn't deserve my outro. It deserves nothing. This episode was worthless. This is, I'm already going to straight up say it, the worst SpongeBob episode of all time. And also, you guys are also probably wondering, how come I'm not wearing a SpongeBob hat? How come I'm not using my SpongeBob and Patrick background over there? Because once again, this episode does not deserve that. I'm just going to do it normally with my haircut. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you all of the negative things about this episode. Because there is not one good thing I could think about Little Yellow Book. I have seen plenty of bad SpongeBob episodes. Even though I am a diehard SpongeBob fan, I have seen bad episodes in the past. But so far, they have not been the lowest of the low like this episode right here. Because Penny Foolish, first of all, was my number one worst episode of SpongeBob. My number one worst. But now, it's in the second place, because you know who took the number one spot? That's right, this crapfest of an episode. And trust me, I want to say so many harsh things in this review, because this episode deserves to be just trashed. But you know what? I'm going to save all that after I'm done with this review. And it doesn't even deserve for me to describe the plot. This is all I'm going to say is the plot. It's basically Squidward just reading SpongeBob's diary in front of everyone at the Krusty Krab. That's as simple as I can go. That's really all I could say about the episode, because that's what the entire episode is about. And this episode was supposed to premiere on November 25th, 2012, but Nickelodeon at the last minute delayed this episode, and then they finally found time to air this episode. So I was not looking forward to this episode. When I saw the promos, I knew something bad was coming, and reading the plot, I knew something bad was coming, and you know what? Something horrendous came to me. This episode is a disgrace. A major disgrace to SpongeBob SquarePants. I'm not joking. I can't believe it. This episode should have never existed. This episode gets zero credit. Zero. I did not laugh at this episode at all. The writing was horrible, and Squidward, he was evil, dark, and so evil that I could smack him with this. Look, you want to know I could do Squidward? I just want to slam his head with this. I want to slam the door in his face and grab a bat. I am so mad because Squidward was just awful. He made SpongeBob cry, humiliated. Oh. And remember in that SpongeBob episode, Fools in April, when Squidward went too far with SpongeBob's prank, but then after SpongeBob ran out crying, Squidward actually felt guilty and he wanted to apologize for hurting his feelings? This episode was the complete opposite. The whole episode, even when SpongeBob ran out crying, you know what, Squidward? He was just laughing and he was smiling. He did not give a crap about SpongeBob's feelings. Not even in the end of the episode. And I would think the end of the episode would at least make up a little, at least a little, for what this episode has done. How much it has, like, hit us, fans. And look, if you guys like this episode, that is fine. But I could not stand a moment in this episode. It was furious. And literally, after this episode ended, I swear, it ruined my whole entire day. After I saw this episode, the whole day it was ruined. Because all I thought about all day long was how awful, how ruined, how horribly written, how cruel, how dark, how twisted this episode was. I especially am very, very angry at the writers. If the writers are by any chance watching this review, and I hope they are, so they could get my message. Writers, I love SpongeBob, but shame on you. I hope you're ashamed, writers. You were a disgrace making this episode. You were a disgrace making Squidward so cruel, so dark, and just so horrible. I want to just... you know what? Nothing. You made me depressed and frustrated for the rest of the day, writers. I love SpongeBob. I still do. But this episode was an atrocity, a disgrace to SpongeBob. And you know what, writers? You're a disgrace for even making this episode in the first place. This was just sad. This was a sad, awful episode. Horrible writing. The episode was stupid. SpongeBob's secrets were stupid. I didn't laugh at all. Not a chuckle. But even if I did chuckle, well, actually, I got a slight chuckle near the beginning, but that's really it. That counts for nothing, though. Just nothing. The storyline was just so cruel. And I'm sure even Squidward fans might be so mad on just the kind of personality Squidward had in this episode. He did not even apologize to SpongeBob in the end. And at first, I was going to give this episode credit because towards the end, everyone hated Squidward. He was hating him, right? Everyone called him a jerk. When he was going to get right of the taxi driver just dissed on him. So I was getting happy. It was making it up. Squidward's house got repossessed. They took away his house. He ended up homeless. And I'm like, okay, this is definitely making up. This is definitely what Squidward deserved. And he was even getting tomatoes thrown by the Bikini Bottom citizens. And I'm like, okay, my score is starting to rise up because of how good this is. And then SpongeBob... This is a spoiler to the ending because I just have to do this. SpongeBob, it turns out to Squidward that his diary was just a work diary. It wasn't anything personal or anything. And it turned out to be a bestseller. So that's kind of good for SpongeBob right there. And then he forgave Squidward after how cruel and thoughtless and evil Squidward was. The nice, sweet sponge looked in his heart, deep in his heart, and forgave Squidward. Even though Squidward does not deserve his forgiveness at all. And then when everyone was about to throw more tomatoes at Squidward, SpongeBob, he's telling everyone how he forgives Squidward and everything's okay. But you know what happens? Squidward grabbed the personal secrets diary that SpongeBob had behind him, and he was reading it, and he was laughing at it. The episode then ended with SpongeBob crying away, all sad. Everyone continued throwing tomatoes at Squidward, And you know how the episode ended? Squidward is laughing at SpongeBob's personal diary, and he's all like, I don't care, this is so worth it. Do you know how cruel that is? Squidward, everyone talks about how you get abused a lot and how some people don't get you. I must say, after watching this episode, I am so glad for all of the abuse you're getting, and I actually hope to see more abuse in the future. I swear, Squidward deserves all the abuse he needs. I'm sorry if you Squidward fans disagree with me. You could disagree with me if you like, but let's just say his cruel personality frustrated me a million times more than Demolition Doofus when Mrs. Puff was trying to kill SpongeBob. Do y'all remember that? But I gave that episode a great score because despite Mrs. Puff's major cruelty, I enjoyed the episode because the plot was good overall, and I enjoyed the demolition scenes, the demolition derby. And that's why the score for that episode, Demolition Doofus, wasn't lower because I enjoyed it despite Mrs. Puff's cruel personality. And this episode, nothing saved it. I mean, towards the end it would have, but then the writers had to throw in our faces that horrible episode. It just made me cry. It made me frustrated. It made me sad. And it made me want to go find the writers and just yell at them, even say the harshest language to them. And if you writers are watching this, please never make Squidward that horrible, that cruel ever again. Don't make any characters like Mr. Krabs cruel again. Don't make Mrs. Puff cruel again. Alright? Get my message. I'm sorry, you guys. This is the worst SpongeBob episode ever. Literally, ever. I can't tell you how much this episode has really died down. This episode has really made it personal for me. And I can't stand it. I hate the writers right now. I am pissed off at the writers right now. I am pissed off at Squidward, and I'm pissed off at every single moment I saw in this episode. The writers could have been smart and had Squidward at least apologize to SpongeBob, but yet they have to end the episode where SpongeBob is sad and Squidward is the winner and he's just laughing. They end it with laughing. Really, writers? I know you're smart. I know you're not dumb. But you just had to do that and slap us in the faces for that. I'm about to really lose my temper here. This episode really has frustrated me in any way. Okay. Alright, you guys. This episode does not deserve my outro whatsoever, so I'm going to go ahead and just say it myself. Please go ahead and just subscribe to my channel, and then like and share this video, and then just comment below. Just tell me your thoughts on Little Yellow Book. Do you guys love this episode? Because I respect you guys' opinions, even though I majorly hate this episode, and it's now officially the #1 worst SpongeBob episode of all time. Little Yellow Book gets the lowest of the low. This episode is getting 0 out of 10. Oh! 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 You guys, I apologize for this, but this is honestly how I felt about this episode. It really frustrated me. I hope the writers never be this stupid ever again. Thanks for watching. Don't forget that I will always have Tiger Power. Okay, you guys. If you'll excuse me, I am now going to say as many F-bombs as I can. In 3, 2, 1...